all must be done as one. If one fails, all fail.
When the keymaker says, all must work as one, it sounds like the Upanishads, and I hear overtones of Advaita Vedanta.
The Upanishads were scriptures, essentially, that were written about 800 BC. They are texts which discuss philosophy at a deep level. They're probably the earliest serious philosophical texts.
In them is a teaching of Monism. Sometimes it's called Advaita Vedanta. And this is the belief that all things are united as one. All things come from the same source, Brahman, who is the foundation of all being. And so the goal of this form of Hinduism is to realize your identity with the all.
The movie Matrix is most definitely inspired by Vedanta. It is the essential meaning of the Veda. The Veda is the oldest living philosophical legacy of mankind. It forms the belief system of India. It is in Vedanta where we have Maya as a layer of illusion that we experience as this world, and actual matrix is something else. It is this theme that inspired making of the movie Matrix. The movie Matrix is explaining to the layman the concept of Advaita or non-dualism. This movie also has aspect of the Sanskrit music imposed into it. Asato ma sadgamaya. From non-existence, lead me to existence. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. From finite, lead me to infinite. Murtyor ma amrutangamaya. From inertia, lead me to the absolute. This is from Rig Veda. This mantra is the core DNA of our reality and of this illusory world that we experience. If you want to understand the core reality, then we have to drop the illusory understanding of life and death, etc.
And 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I think the most striking element is the use of the choir, which was really a lot of fun. There shouldn't be a lot of vibrato. I'd say just kind of a subtle vibrato. Poco vibrato. The way that came about is that Larry and Andy initially told me they wanted a major choir statement in what they called the Super Burly Brawl, which was the final cataclysmic confrontation between Neil and Smith. And I thought that was a really excellent idea, but I knew that we needed to have a text for the choir to sing, or else it wouldn't, it really wouldn't function properly. So I asked them if they could find something that was in the public domain that reflected the ideology that they were referring to in all three pictures. I suggested that it preferably would not be in English, and even better would be in a dead language like Latin. So my feeling was that if the choir was singing in English, and saying, "This is the one, watch what he does," it would be really antithetical to everything that they came up with. So I think it was Larry who came up with the idea of using passages from the Upanishads, which are the ancient Vedic scriptures that the Hindu religion is based on. And he wanted to do it in the original Sanskrit. And when I saw the passages that they had chosen, I was astonished at how well integrated these ancient writings were to the entire ideology that Larry and Andy had come up with for the whole thing. These are referencing the one. From delusion, lead me to truth. From darkness, lead me to light. From death, lead me to immortality. I thought that it raised the level of the integration between the music and the action, exponentially. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that the epic nature of the film was reflected in the music, and the conclusion of this mythology made for a very satisfying end to it. So I was particularly pleased by this epic nature, and I thought that the choir and the orchestra in the Super Burly Brawl was really kind of a wonderful moment for me.
Here, Don Davis is talking only about music apart from the theme of the movie. He is explaining that this was very exact to the scene that they were looking for. When you look at the movie closely, even the word matrix comes from the Sanskrit word matrika. The core structure of this Vedic ideology explains the goddesses called Matrika Devis are as essential truth. But on projection via Maya, we have experienced this illusory world. So for the ancient civilizations, Matrika is the essential quest and not this world experience that we sense through our sensual organs. In 2022, 3 Nobel laureates, John Clauser, Alan Aspect, and Anton Zeilinger, has scientifically come to the same conclusion as Vedanta.